Hey, today on the Cooligans, we're going to be talking about this badge, that Chicago Fire badge that is no longer the official badge.
It's gone, but I think everyone loves the new one, right?
I think so.
No negativity.
No issues whatsoever.
We also talk about all the moves that are happening, a bunch of stuff, plus an unboxing, that and more.
On this episode of the Cooligans!
Yeah, baby!
Boom! Yes, we are back. All right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, sir.
Right.
Okay.
That's enough. No, this was great.
Too much contact. That was not what was written in our contracts.
Right? It says we have to make out before the show starts, but the snow kept me away from you like a bad Lifetime movie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I hope your holidays were good. I hope your Thanksgiving went well.
Yeah.
And
I hope you ate a bunch of turkey, and I hope your uncle said nasty stuff that you text your friends about, you know? The usual.
You say it like said nasty stuff, like it was a kink of yours that your uncle say stuff to you.
I didn't want to say racist, but we said it anyway. I've met your uncles.
Anyway, I hope we didn't trigger anyone and just give people PTSD. Anyway, hello, welcome to the show. My name is Christian Polanco.
I am Alexis Guerrero.
All right, we are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show that you've ever seen.
You're watching it right now. It's hilarious.
Exactly, and it's not just that. It's also what, Alexis?
It's not also the gulliest soccer show of all time. Sprat.
Okay. Okay, Cardi B, let's do it.
Pull up and up.
Yes. How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
was great.
We didn't get to talk about this.
It was great. I went to a Young M.A. concert. That
All
was
right.
dope. That was fire. Shouts to Young M.A.
What a Thanksgiving tradition.
You know? It's what I'm thankful for. Me and Young M.A. grabbed the wishbone and we pulled.
Got that big turkey. Got that big stuffing.
Yes.
All right.
Small plate, big portion.
Okay.
Yeah, it was dope. Hung out with Young M.A. a little bit afterwards. That was pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, so that was it. And then, then I visited the families.
Yeah,
then the
family schmamily, you know.
And then whatever.
But you know, honestly, no one in your family could rap though, so that's like really was.
Grandma got no bars. Also, she passed away actually a couple weeks ago. Which
you would assume she has. If she had bars,
right? It'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy.
Also, she's hanging out with Biggie and Tupac right now. So if anything, she could learn. You know.
I would just love to see the big mural. The three
just Biggie, Tupac, Abuela. She's wearing rollers and hidden. She's hidden
God.
Biggie. You know? She got a chancla in her hand and a cafetero in the other.
Oh boy! Welcome back. Wow.
Who says we forgot how to do TV?
So yes, this is a soccer show. I promise.
Yeah.
We will get to it, but yes, the holidays were good. I got a car.
Yeah, you got a car.
That's my news.
That's crazy.
I've never owned a car before.
You purchased this, so you didn't steal this.
I didn't steal this one. This is a little different than my past.
Yeah, you know? we had to clean that all up before we got on TV.
Okay, you know what? Look, and juvenile court doesn't even count,
right? That's sealed, baby.
You didn't even know about that. You're lucky I told you.
Sealed up, like Heidi Klum used to be.
What?
Because she dated.
It's all sealed. Oh, what a terrible joke.
It broke the writer. That's all that matters.
That's what every girlfriend of Seal says.
You sealed up, girl.
Sealed up. You know, anyway,
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, I grew up in New York. Never needed a car.
No, what do you need a car for? But now you're living in the burbs. It snowed like a week before it snowed in Manhattan by you.
Okay, it was tundra out there.
Yeah, you see all them trees out there, bro?
So that was my news, and hung out with family, and it was cool. This is the first Thanksgiving that we've had a television show.
Yeah.
So I
came in with big energy to the in-laws. Big energy. How's comedy going? You tell me, put on Fubo Sports. I'm on 17 times a day. It's just me and athletes that have lost appendages. Over and over and over again. Robotic hands, the Cooligans.
Dude, it's
on a constant loop.
That's good. That's good company.
That's good TV right there.
So that was cool. There were people. A lot of people were very were congratulatory and supportive.
Where can I see it? Your kids' devices, your devices. Put on the TV. You got a Samsung TV, my guy. My face pops up when you put that joint on.
So that's cool. That was nice. Everybody was very supportive. So
can you see the different
energy? A little bit different. But
I was like, yeah, Nan. It's going great. She's like, I didn't ask you anything. Well, just in case.
Just flip over the Thanksgiving table.
My in-laws came in heavy. Stop putting raisins in your potato salad. I'm on TV now.
Things are going to be different going forward.
No more sneak raisins. Why you think milk is spicy? We add paprika to everything.
So that was good. And we also have some gifts. We got some boxes, packages.
Bags. This is an unbagging.
This is an unbagging.
Which is also what Seal used to know.
Okay, which one do you want to open?
I'll open this one. This has like a product in it, not a shirt or whatever.
Okay, so let's go for that.
I'm preparing for Christmas. You used to shake the gifts Christmas time? Was that a you thing?
What if it was? What if there's a puppy in there? You can't do that, man.
That's how you know, yo. Oh, no. Oh my God! Look at this. No.
Oh.
Is this what I think it is?
Oh,
this is from Madison.
This is for Madison,
who is killing the merch game. And one of the merch that sold out that they put up, I'm not making this up, is a potato. They gave us from Wisconsin. We got a forward Madison potato.
Wow.
This is
unprecedented.
This is, merch game on 1,000 right there.
Thank you for the postcard. It just says, Alexis and Christian, if you are using this potato to make French fries, please make sure you use pink salt. Up the goes.
Because pink salt, because they were pink.
Look at this.
Oh, dude, do we have an air fryer?
Hey, Fubo.
Yeah, yo, Fubo. What's the budget for fryers? No? We got a microwave. You can't make French fries in a microwave. It's like when me and my sister were left home alone. It's like 11-year-olds were like, I don't know, cut up a potato, put it in the microwave. All of a sudden, we got McDonald's. That's how that works.
Well, thank you.
This is incredible.
Lovely. Yes, if you don't follow Forward Madison on Twitter, especially, they're hilarious and they do a bunch of great stuff when it comes to merch.
It's a lower league Wisconsin team, and they got potatoes.
They're in USL League One, and they made it to the semifinal, I believe. Yeah. So they're the proper team. Those goes.
And they have a huge fan base, a really cool fan base. So shout to the full Mingo.
Okay,
where we're going.
So all right, and now we got another one.
That's hilarious. We actually got the potato.
Another package. Okay, I know what this is.
We did say send us food. We meant like ready to eat, but all right.
But all good.
Yeah.
We don't mind preparing. This is
we need a team in the hood that actually sends out like McDonald's French fries. That'd be dope. That's version.
That's called Uber Eats, dog.
There's only one Uber Eats.
Okay, I know what this is. This is incredible.
I do not know what it is.
I love this. This is going to be the lower league show because this is.
Let's do it. What is
This is from Providence City.
No.
These are the Hammer kits.
Look at this kit.
This is yours. This is one of the dopest kits.
The beauty of this kit
you'll ever see, man. This is wild. This is really, really cool. Thank you.
How sick is this? Is it my size? Hey! Your boy could wear this. I can't wait for my wife to be like, take that thing off. You're going to a family function.
Thank you so much, Providence.
I go, look, they put your mother at the bottom.
Okay, so thank you so much, Rob. This is another Jason Rigo who runs a team, does all the social media, all of the product stuff. Providence City, great people doing great work.
Do you want to know what my size is in Asia? It's
yes, I do. I was gonna ask you. Actually, you read my mind.
XXXXO, which is also my rap name.
The O is just like, oh my God, I didn't know we could make it this large.
When you make it,
they make people this large.
So we should put both machines together to make the shirt.
Thank you so much.
Shouts to Providence
and Madison. Thank you so much for Madison. Incredible. Thank you so much for the support. It's always nice to get very swanky. We got a potato and we got dope shirts.
That's what we asked for. Okay. I can't wait for someone to send us a beat.
Okay.
We're gonna start a farm out here. Should we plant a potato? Can you plant a potato? When I was a kid, they put it over a cup in the window, and then the things would grow out of it.
Alexis has no idea about agriculture whatsoever.
I don't know.
Just don't know where his food even comes from.
I got no idea. I know where it comes from. The corner store. Oh, so you tell me there's a chopped cheese farm?
All right, we'll be back with some incredible just soccer news coming up next. Cheers. All right, welcome back. So the we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week because we had a best of. We did a best of. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
Man, this logo would not have made it. Anyway.
No, we have to be keep it real. This is why people listen to and watch this show.
Right.
Is because
if somebody we got to reveal all the dubs. This is a dub. This is a kind of a dub. You know what I mean?
Wait, but dub usually means a win. What are you referring to?
No, like a dub. Like, yo, that's a dub. Like you lost. You never heard that before?
I have heard of that, but I feel like it's more popular when people say
like
for a win. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not how I mean it.
We just want to clarify for all the.
All right, fine. If you do something that's mad buns, we gotta talk about it.
Very clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I think everybody.
Now you're speaking my English.
Yeah.
All right. The Queen's English.
By that you mean Queen Latifah.
No, the Chicago Fire revealed their new badge. We know that they are moving from from their stadium at Bridgeview to Soldier Field.
And remember, they were going to change the name as well.
Yeah, it was up in the air. People didn't know if they were going to do a full rebrand.
Right. The fans said no. They said, we don't want the name change. We love, as much as they want to change it, because when you Google Chicago Fire, the NBC television show pops up.
Which you can watch on FuboTV.
Yeah.
Just,
but you can, and you can also watch Chicago Fire, the soccer team.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Great.
That'd be nice too.
Wow, it seems like the service has it all, including us. But whatchamacallit? They were like, no, we don't want the name change. So they were like, fine. But here's your punishment.
All right, we're still gonna give you a slap on the wrist, though.
Yeah.
And yes, they revealed the new logo. They did a whole promotional campaign. They have a video that's like supposed to be inspiring. There's people from all over. There's players from the Red Stars in it.
Right.
Famous Chicago people, former Chicago Fire players, and it is not. It's not working. It
has not been received well.
It has not been. And look, and this is we have all we see is what we see like on social media from our friends in
Twitter
Chicago.
Is anything that's real life? It ain't going well so far.
Okay, the streets is not real happy right now.
Yeah, they're not buying it.
Exactly. So look, I think there's been.
What are your thoughts on the badge?
The badge. Look, we've had this conversation with other, I'm not a person that's like super emotionally attached to logos and shirts and jerseys and the look of certain teams. Even if I love the New York Knicks. If the Knicks change their logo, I would survive, right? And that's just me.
They would never.
But there's other ones.
It's iconic.
It's iconic. But I would say the Yankees is iconic, right? The Yankees change their logo, the world is falling apart, right?
Yeah.
That's
English people at Manchester United games would have no idea what to put on their heads.
That's how popular it is. So I'll say this. Am I happy with the new logo? I am not. No, of course not, right? But other people have sort of this happens with for someone like me that is not super emotionally attached to logos and badges. It's like I just want to see the team do well, right? The Chicago Fire right now have no designated players signed. They have no coach. I don't know what is going on. That's my bigger concern about the team. It's like the badge is like the last thing I'm worried about.
I said this on Twitter, and here's my thoughts. To me, doing a logo in America is very simple. If you put a nicely designed first letter of the city you play in on anything, people from that city will wear it nonstop. You'll make more money on merch than you will ever make at the gate. Think about how many people have Chicago Blackhawk hats that have never been to a Chicago Blackhawk game, right? How many people all over the world wear the NY hat?
Sure.
I know people that have never been to a Yankee game that wear the NY hat. People will even wear the Mets one, right? And they,
out of a form of charity and support.
right, because they understand that you get a tax write-off to buy Mets gear, you know? But like what I'm saying is if you put the logo somehow incorporates the city name or the nickname or the initials or the first letter, think of how iconic the G for Green Bay is. Ain't nobody in Green Bay. Ain't nobody live there.
I mean, it's like 80,000 people at the games. I feel like there's a couple people there.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody lives in that town.
No, exactly. Yeah,
the population of the town doubles during the games. Something crazy like that. Wow. I might have made that
Wow,
up.
how much sex are they having out there?
I know,
in Green Bay?
right? I mean, there's a lot of championships. A lot of kids named Brett Favre. But whatchamacallit, what I'm saying is they go and do what looks like it was done on Microsoft Paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Here's what changed my mind a little bit on it. There's some designer made a blog post saying, from a designer's point of view, here's what I see. And he was like, yeah, certainly it doesn't make you think of a soccer team just yet. But it stands out enough that within time that will be something that your sort of brain is drawn to.
Yeah, it seems
it's a simple shape, like the Hamburg has, you know, the sort of diamond.
The diamond,
in it.
yeah.
Like all those things.
Yeah, it seems like it's leaning towards where we see a lot of design, which is like just simplicity, absolute minimalism, and like for me, I guess the inner circle of like the crowns or whatever it's supposed to be.
So that's the city where the Latin kings were invented.
That's like another thing, which to me, at least for me, it's like I don't know. I grew up in Brooklyn. Latin kings were present there as well. I've never heard of this. Like you can't wear crowns anywhere.
You never heard of that?
Never heard of that.
Okay. My family are Peñarol fans in Uruguay, which are yellow and black.
What gang is that? Okay.
It's a gang that wins a lot of championships in Uruguay. I refused to wear the jersey when I was a kid.
Okay.
I'm not getting caught out there in yellow and black. What's wrong with you?
Okay. That I understand. The yellow and black.
Crown is also like a very
But
significant.
crowns I never heard. I don't know why. Maybe
also
just
in a city like Chicago that has the issues that's having right now with gun violence and stuff, why put yourself in a position to even be considered? You know what I mean?
Sure.
I would wear nothing but see-through if I lived in Chicago.
Ooh, everybody would love to see that.
You know what I mean? People be shoot me shot, be shoot me looks. I'll tell you that.
You're looking like a clear Missy Elliott.
just a lot of noise as I walk to the train, as it all rubs against each other.
It's difficult to
looking like your grandma's couch.
It's difficult to disregard or dismiss how angry it's making everyone. Right? That's the thing.
I also think there's nothing that could have really been done that would have made them happy. Fully happy. Like, there's no perfect decision.
I agree with that. It's like, look, but this is the opportunity. Look, the Chicago Fire are trying to be as relevant as possible. Going into a new stadium, they were struggling for a long time to just get people there. And this is part of it feeling new, right? It's like change the look, get plastic surgery, get a nose job, you know, have a little, you know.
Instead of fixing your chin, you added a second chin. It's not, you shouldn't go to surgery for that. But I will say, like, now that looking back at the old logo, it's pretty great.
It's iconic. It's iconic.
It's dope. The C is a bit of a miss there, but.
And they also changed it from soccer club to FC. So now the hope is that from an SEO perspective, people can look up Chicago Fire FC or CFFC and not be inundated with an NBC program, right? Because that's the big one of the bigger
American
issues.
soccer. No one has to. I dare please NBC create a show called Tottenham Hotspur, please, just to
Starring Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, we love it.
Come on.
You can't understand a word he's saying, but he does it well.
Tottenham Sun, you know, just something that people Google just to annoy other people the way we as American soccer fans have to be annoyed. Shouts to all the Chicago Fire fans.
Yeah, we hope it works out. We hope you guys win. I know winning will solve a lot of issues.
A parade will solve all this.
Get a parade.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll be back. We're more after this.
Yeah, baby, we're back. Oh, man. Zlatan, right? He leaves the league. We think that's it. No more news items for this guy.
He's done with as far as American soccer, as far as making it in the news anymore.
Right.
He's a has-been.
And then he goes and gets a statue, and we think, look at this. What a hero, right? Goes back to his old club, Malmo. Gets a statue. Could do no wrong in the eyes of those fans.
Exactly. Never. Not once.
I can't imagine what he could possibly do that would upset these fans, except for maybe one thing.
Well, he happened to do something. He so recently he posted a video on Instagram of a Hammerby kit,
Which
right?
is their biggest rival.
Which is their biggest rival, and then the kit, like it was like a 3D rendering. Then it flipped around, and it said Ibrahimovic on the back of it.
So clearly he's trolling Hammerby, right? This is a joke.
So at least people, because everybody's been asking after he left LA Galaxy,
What's he gonna do?
What's he gonna do? The rumor is AC Milan will be his next club. So when Zlatan has been kind of trolling everyone else because he did the thing about Spain. I'll see you soon. I'll be in Spain soon.
There's a very will he won't he vibe to this, right?
Yeah.
Like a bad sitcom.
He's are Jim and Pam gonna get together?
Right.
That's what Zlatan is basically.
Liz and Donaghy. Remember that one?
What show was that?
That was 30 Rock. You didn't watch it?
Oh, sure.
Great show.
Okay, it was a good show. I didn't know. Anyway, Liz Lemon. There we go. All right. So he posted this, and people thinking, oh, this is gonna be his next club. He's gonna Hammerby. Hammerby happens to be
Which would be horrific.
Yeah, it's the rival of Malmo with the club, his childhood club where he started at.
It's like Jeter going to play for the Red Sox.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Yeah, not a good move.
Right. Or a good player coming to play for the Knicks. I mean, we don't want it.
Hey, we have a tradition here.
There's a standard we need to keep. Don't you dare come here and try to raise that standard.
Anyway, so people were concerned. They were like, oh, he's going to go play there. And then the news actually came out of what actually happened. He is now...
It's all a joke.
It was all a big old joke. No, he invested in Hammerby. He invested in AEG. So now he is officially a part owner of Hammerby.
This is horrific. This is terrible.
This is bad. Malmo fans are just like, bruh.
Yeah, what you doing?
and they didn't, they handled it a little differently than just saying like, hey man, why'd you do that?
They were clearly like just a little upset.
No, because he recently had a statue unveiled. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and so he unveiled the statue, but now they vandalized it as soon as this news came out.
Where is the statue?
The statue outside of Malmo Stadium.
So, they have a statue of him shirtless.
Yes.
At the stadium
just in boxers.
Just at the stadium where that developed him.
No shoes.
No shoes, yo. You can see his toes. It's like the statue of David, but they covered up the weird parts. You know?
Okay, this is Zlatan at his most vulnerable.
I'm surprised they even found a photo of him shirtless, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, those are hard to come by.
But he's at the Malmo grounds, and now he owns the rivals.
I mean, realistically...
So that statue's now trolling Malmo.
Kind of, right? Yeah. This is like if the Henry statue outside of the Emirates, all of a sudden Henry buys shares in Tottenham,
Whatever company owns Tottenham, some evil conglomerate that owns that horrible club.
The Cronkies?
No, that's Arsenal. That's our evil conglomerate. Don't you dare besmirch our evil American owner.
Okay, put some respect on the Emirates.
Only evil people have weird mustaches, man. He's one of them.
Hey, you gotta stay. You gotta keep. It's like you gotta stay on brand with the being a villain. No, but so the Malmo fans have vandalized the statue. First of all, they set it on fire.
Yeah, that's not really vandalizing. They set it ablaze, dude.
Yeah,
I can't believe that arsonist vandalized that house.
Yeah, just a little. It's not just like a little bit of graffiti putting your tag on somebody's wall.
They didn't just draw like bigger nipples on them. That'd be hilarious. We'd all laugh.
You're drawing a penis on the statue. Right. That's vandalism.
You draw a smaller penis because every Zlatan statue is hung. It's just part of his thing. If you want me to sit for a statue, you're going to have to add a little bit.
He really packs it in when they're doing the molding.
Yeah, I suggest you order a little extra copper for this one part.
But no, they set it on fire. That was the first thing they did.
They said that's not vandalism, man. They set the thing on fire. That's clearly sending a message.
And then they also put a garbage bag over his head.
Okay.
Of the statue, and they put a toilet seat on it. They hung a toilet seat on it as well.
That's the only thing. The bag is a threat. Right? They covered his face with the bag.
The statue's gonna be sleeping with the fishes real soon, okay?
We're gonna send the finger of the statue to the statue's mother.
So clearly, I feel like the Swedish Malmo fans are connected.
Yeah. How did they know it was their kid's finger? Would you know your family member's finger if someone sent it to you? I'd be like, yo, why'd you send send me a finger. The mobster would have to say, like, no, it's your kids.
I'd ask the kid. I mean, if any
No, the
fingers are
kid
missing.
disappears in the scenario. You don't just get open communication with a kidnapped kid.
Hey, are you okay? No, Dad, my finger's missing.
Yeah. He just comes home after the mob rips his finger off. And what, tries to play video games in this scenario? No.
Sure. Okay.
The dude's gone. Your uncle's gone.
Look, clearly,
Here's his finger in a box.
we think of Sweden as like, you know, yes,
A nice place.
A nice place, chill people, free
People
healthcare.
apologizing a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
No, this is no.
Small cars. A lot of
Ultra-
IKEA.
Yeah, ultras are ultras.
Yeah.
No matter what city. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You could be a Canadian ultra.
They're angry.
They're angry. They'll find something to be angry about.
They'll put out the fire. Canada's like, look, all right. I'm so sorry we started the fire.
No, but this is wild. I mean, not only the fact that Zlatan is owner of it, which is like, wow, now Zlatan got owner money, which
Also,
is crazy.
Well, of course he does. And also, why are you posting a video of the kid turning around? You should be posting hey, look, I invested in a company. I didn't know the company bought this.
Oh my bad, I had no idea.
I'm gonna liquidate most of my stocks.
I mean, this really kind of just reinforces this sort of mercenary kind of attitude that Zlatan kind of
we
represents.
appreciate here at Cooligans, right? You do whatever it takes for the bag.
Zlatan has no loyalties to anyone. That's really what it seems like.
He does to himself and his pocket. That's it.
Okay? He doesn't even care if you kidnap his kid.
Nah, he'd be like, yeah, kid was eating too much anyway. You have any idea how much healthcare is in America for that kid? He's out of here.
No, it's a little. I'm sure a lot of the clubs that he played for, people appreciate Zlatan for what he brought and the attitude, the attention, the money, whatever.
It's the exposure.
It's the exposure.
That's the only reason you sign.
But it's like, look, I understand Malmo fans being upset, but it is also a little bit weird that he could have been like, oh, maybe I shouldn't invest in this team.
Nah, if David Villa becomes part owner of like Red Bull Group, you'd be like, what? And that's not even nearly as bad as this.
But it's not his first club. You know, NYCFC was not the club that he started at. You
If
understand a little bit.
BWP or Jesse Marsh all of a sudden becomes part of CFG, the Rebel fans would be upset.
Part of or owning a part of?
Owning a part of.
Okay, I don't know. It would. I think it's in this instance with Zlatan. I thought Malmo was the only team, like the fans, that felt a little bit of like pride and ownership of like, oh, we helped him become what he is now and what
And
you're seeing
then
now.
you helped him become owner of your rival. Now he's strengthening your rival. That's not what you developed the kid for.
But I think that's why they're upset. That's why they are setting the statue on fire.
I'm here. I'm all for it. Do whatever you want, Malmo fans. Shouts to you guys, Malmo. Send us a kit, Malmo. I'm size XXXX0.
All right, we'll be back after this. Okay, welcome back. So we just got an update.
Oh.
Our producer in our ear.
That's right. They're
Literally
ordering pizza. That's the update you got, right?
I think we're speaking to different people. I think
okay.
you have a different producer.
No,
in your
my
ear.
guy works at the shop downstairs. That's who I tied this ear thing to.
Got a direct line.
Yeah. I'm directly connected to the bodega.
No, apparently Zlatan to AC Milan, as it was rumored, is somewhat official.
It's kind of confirmed by everyone except his agent.
Exactly. More reports are coming out that Zlatan will be going to AC Milan in the January transfer window. So,
Right.
So at least we know his next move. And maybe he's not buying a piece of AC Milan.
He's actually going to play for AC Milan, but he's good. He bought a piece of Inter. So I hope that's cool.
Interesting strategy. Okay.
No one get mad at him, please.
While he's playing against Inter, he scores on them. He's like, oh, look, I'm real sorry. It's going to really affect our bottom line.
I'm going to hear about this at the meeting, the owners group meeting.
What a strange financial situation he's in.
A little bit of a conundrum.
But let's talk about a couple other rumored moves to Major League Soccer from Italy. Mario Balotelli has now...
At this point, it's like him and his agent are the only ones who don't want this move to happen. It's like, dude, Get out of Italy.
Yeah, this is, I mean, get out of Italy should be, if you're just like a black person who plays any sport, is just, that should be
a guy was on my comedy show, and him and his girl had like very like odd accents. I couldn't place them. So I said, where are you guys from? And she said she was from somewhere in the Scandinavian region. I forgot. And he was like, I'm from Italy. It was a black guy. And I was like, oh, cool. What's up, Balotelli? And he goes, hey, you know? He's like, I'm like Mario Balotelli. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh, you know how much we suffer?
Yeah. And I was like, no. I get it was just a reference. And his girl was like, oh, my God, he knows. Like, he's an American who knows there's black people in Italy. And I was like, how is it? I was like, what Zlatan's going through, how is it for you? He's like, oh, it's not easy. And I was like, yeah. He's like, it's not easy here either. I'm like, oh, it's no. This isn't, although New York is a little bit easier.
And then maybe if for people who are not like, who maybe don't watch European soccer that much, or maybe maybe like this show but don't watch too much soccer in general. Soccer is
shouts to you though.
Exactly, you're a hero first of all. But soccer is probably the fastest way to connect to other human beings than I think any other way. Like that are not American, right?
Well, I think we do two things that connect to everybody, right? Laughter is universal. Everybody laughs unless you're my in-laws. And two, soccer, right? Everybody loves soccer unless you're American, right?
Yeah, and your in-laws love soccer.
Oh, huge,
huge fans. Yeah,
big Hammarby fans now. They go wherever Zlatan goes.
But no, that has been the big rumor because of everything that's going on with Balotelli getting booed, dealing with racist chants at a lot of the games,
monkey sounds,
a
lot of stuff,
and then even recently there was another report of the manager of the team,
the owner
of the team,
the president
of the team. Made like a very, It
was after a press conference. He was like leaned over the table. It was like a cell phone video. And someone's like, hey, man, what's going on with Zlatan? And he's like, hey, he's black. What are you going to do? Like,
you mean Balotelli? Zlatan is not black.
My bad.
I don't know what color this statue is, but I'm pretty sure he is not.
No, he's mostly bronze. In person as well.
He's like, I'm a person of color.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Nah, you can't use it that way. Self-tanner don't really make
count,
you.
Dog. That's not
you can't tanning bed your way into this category, my guy.
No, Balotelli, yes. The president made this off-color joke.
He said he was trying to joke. He's like, well, we know he's black. He's been trying to clear himself. We'll see if it works.
So this is an issue where comedians as comedians, we're maybe a little bit more sympathetic to this because it's like
we get it.
We get
You're taking an angle nobody else is taking.
It's not the joke itself, but the literal, especially from Italian to English, the way it was reported, the literal translation, of course, can come off as wildly insensitive.
I'm also going to say a joke you're the president of the club. A joke in this moment is trash. That's insensitive in general, and I get that that's me saying this.
Because I think what he was trying to do was say by using the term black was like dark, like dark, like times it's dark times. Do you know what I mean?
No. I think he was saying he was trying to like.
But there's also
make himself white so that he wouldn't get hate.
Oh, okay, no, they're not. Look, we're trying to break down. He was
trying to Sammy Sosa. That's what the bit is.
No,
I hate to throw you people under the bus.
I didn't interpret. He's not our people anymore.
You can't tanning bed your way into this category, but you can Sammy Sosa your ass out of the DR.
You can get out. You can be kicked out of the team.
Who owns him now?
Who knows?
Argentina. You're Argentinian now, bro.
No. So look, the fact that we're trying to, everybody's gonna interpret it differently. The fact that we're trying to break down what he was trying to say is a sign that it was a poor joke.
Yeah. Also, right? Now's not the time for humor, right? There's a terrible.
He's dealing with a lot of this
players
stuff.
Going through a lot.
Yeah.
Now's not the time for bits.
Hey, I'm gonna try out this racial bit with you right now, okay?
There's a guy behind him with a rim shot drum. Hey, all right. Hey. Where are you from? What do you do? Journalist? All right.
Not the best time. So look, and this. I think this is what fuels the fire of especially American media being like, Balotelli, come here. This is America. We have no racism at all. We've never even heard of racism.
That never happened. No, what? Us? No, war wasn't fought about it at all.
But from a comparative standpoint with American soccer,
specifically MLS,
he's not going to have to deal with that. Which is like people would hope that is the appeal, at least for him. He's a great player, still has a lot of great years left ahead of him. And I think Balotelli arriving in MLS would be dope. It would be super cool. The rumor is that Toronto is leading that charge of the team that he might go to. But Oh yeah, I'm all for it. That would be great. I mean, and there's more and more names, and this is what, you know, a lot of time when we start.
He'd also be a great player here, regardless of what he's going through. The reason why you want him to come here is because he's an incredible player. The reason he would want to come here is because he knows he's not going to have to deal with this.
Exactly. You would hope that the working conditions are a little bit better.
And also, if it does happen, it would be dealt with swiftly. The clubs wouldn't
Taylor
be like
swiftly.
Yeah, the clubs wouldn't be like, we're suing him for suggesting that racism exists, which actually happened.
To who?
Brescia has said that they were going to sue.
Oh, they were.
They're going to sue Balotelli
For like some defamation or something?
Yeah,
like
for
that?
suggesting that there's racism happening when there's video of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they said they meant it ironically. Oh, we're back to this now?
It's a joke sue. It's a little gag.
No, the racism. The racism was ironic. No, see, you just didn't get it. Yeah, we spat at you, but we were just joking. It was a bit.
Hey, what is this? The PC police?
Right? Now all of a sudden we can't be ironically racist without giving you any inclination whatsoever that it's ironic?
Wow. You know, back in my day, things were...
So I can't ironically just tattoo all these swastikas on me? Ironically?
Kids are soft these days. That's all it is.
Does everyone get an effort trophy? Is that what it is?
Anyway, more transfer news after this, guys.
Yeah, baby, we're back. Oh, all right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, a little scary, right? That's what I like to do.
Some in your throat a little bit. I don't know.
Nah, baby, it's just the excitement of being back, and completely didn't realize still we know how to do a show. But we are back. And speaking of back, another name is back in the news.
That's right.
Chicharito.
That's right.
In the past, he said he wants nothing to do with MLS.
He's been very adamant about it.
I would never go there. Why would I go there? I'd just go play in Liga MX if I was done in Europe. Yada yada yada. Guess who now says he's willing to come back?
Look, he hasn't been having much of a go out in Europe. He had a rough time in West Ham. He's currently with Sevilla.
Yeah.
Right. And and what's so widely reported over and over, he was just like, I will never play in MLS. And I think,
which is odd because like he had to have meant it because most players use MLS as a contract leveraging thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, MLS is interested in me, right? Which takes your like maybe somewhat of an average player or a slightly above average player in Europe and makes them a DP in MLS, which means it's a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Right. So then all of a sudden now you have to give a bigger offer for them to pick the European club.
Yeah, but it's an interesting move for Liga MX for MLS, and I think there's signs that they're not competing with each other as much. You know what I mean? Like they're not fighting for these Mexican players as much because it's a huge.
What do you mean?
I mean, like if a popular Mexican player is playing in the U.S., that's good for the Mexican national team, right? When they go to that city, and they just improve the popularity of those Mexican players while they're in the U.S.
I see what you're saying. So you don't need the player to play at home.
Mexican players used to look down on MLS, and then all of a sudden, these expansion teams
they all start getting a bag.
There's a little bit more money's flying around. And it's like, oh, you know what? You know that thing I said before? I didn't mean any of it.
I was just messing with you.
Okay, it's jokes.
I would love to make all that money. I can't believe you thought I was being serious when I said you was trash.
Guys, ridiculous.
Yeah. Also, do you have any idea how hard it is to be trash? You know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing.
I think it's a good sign for MLS that Mexican players are because look, I mean,
do you think this is because of Inter Miami?
It doesn't hurt. I mean,
I think this is what it is. I think he's like, oh, I want to play on the Beckham team. I want to live in Miami.
Sure.
Although he should just go straight to LA. Yeah. Do you have any idea what that reception would be like if he played in LA?
It would be unbelievable.
It would be insane.
We don't really grasp it because he hasn't.
Do you have any idea how many more torta ladies there would be at LAFC matches?
They would need their own section. They would need their own supporter section.
There's a safe standing. We need a safe torta.
Safe torta section.
It would be nuts.
Because he hasn't played in Mexico and he hasn't he never played in MLS. But we don't really grasp how popular, how huge of a figure, how beloved.
Well, didn't he play play in Mexico as a kid?
He did. I'm saying he hasn't played there in a very long time. But he's been in Europe. He played Manchester United.
Real Madrid for a while.
Real Madrid, exactly. Yeah, he's a popular dude.
No, yeah. His jersey collection is pretty legit.
Okay, he
Besides
swapped
West Ham.
he swapped kits with some some ballers.
Yeah, for sure.
But hearing this move is just definitely a sign that MLS is in a better place than it was when Chicharito was trashing him a couple years ago, right?
It is. Well, that's the thing about MLS. It develops quickly, right? Like when we started this podcast and this show, right? That became the show 4.5 years ago. MLS was not in a place where Chicharito would make a huge splash by choosing to come here. Now it's like, well, this is all you got left. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a bummer because he had a couple of like good games. Every time a Mexican scores in Europe, like it's the equivalent of Pulisic for American fans, right? Like they go nuts, and it's a.
Did you see Wolves released a green kit?
Yeah, for Raul
They said
Jimenez.
they have more fans in Mexico than they have in Wolverhampton.
Yeah, which makes sense.
That's crazy.
But these teams want popularity and in these other markets because they know it's England's a tiny little island. We need there's not enough warm bodies to buy the stuff that we're selling.
Exactly. They're like, yo, we need to get some Mexicans up in here.
Whatever.
Yo, just to build the likes.
Well, when we were in Germany, remember when they talked about Philip Coutinho going to Bayern Munich, that was the most followers and most engagement they have ever had.
He had more followers than the club had.
Exactly, but Bayern was like, all right, I get used to this.
Yeah,
a couple
like,
more clicks.
You got cousins that want to play? Get a couple more Coutinhos in here.
All right, we'll be back with more. We'll talk about some other transfer news.
That's right, we're back, baby. And Chicharito's not the only one who's coming or might come to MLS. There's a lot of Mexican players that are coming.
You love to see it.
I love it, right? We're like the anti-government, right? Like we want more Mexicans to come. You know what I mean? Right?
Yes, well put, Alexis.
Knock down that wall, dude. But whatchamacallit, Pulido,
Alan Pulido from Chivas,
which is an incredible player,
striker for the team.
He's also like their biggest player,
and they just announced Chivas put out a club statement saying that he's leaving, but we don't know what MLS team he is going to. He didn't mention in an interview that 3 teams were interested in him, but we don't know.
I think he's going to San Jose.
Yeah, which would make sense because he was coached by Pelado before. So, yeah, I think it would be a good move. Yeah.
And if Pelado stayed, specifically, I'm sure because he got promised, like, all right, fine. We'll bring in some guys that shouldn't be accountants. No offense.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't sign anybody new last year, so he was working with like a very limited squad. So I'm sure he was looking for some better players, some players that fit his system a little bit more. Pulido would be one of those guys. Played really, really well under him.
It'd be devastating to San Jose if he does not go there because there are rumors like Chicago and a couple other teams. So
Chicago's also got to make a big splash, and they have a massive. We don't think of Chicago as being such a Mexican city. It's got a massive Mexican population.
Shout out to Pilsen.
Pilsen is fire. Shout out to all the people who've been forced out of Pilsen by white people. Pilsen's a dope neighborhood.
It is great. Okay. But other things that we should talk about before we end the show. The big news: Unai Emery getting sacked.
He's gone. It happened. No need to put up a banner.
Arsenal's manager, Alexis's favorite coach.
Yeah.
Let go.
Look, I like the guy when he came in first. He had a great pedigree, right? Constantly went to the finals of Europa League and didn't win. You did it again with us. All right? We lost to Chelsea. The old Arsenal player, Giroud, scoring against us. Unai Emery, do you know the team hasn't won a game since October 6th? Arsenal.
I can't even remember that far back.
Arsenal hasn't won a game since it was 80 degrees outside in England when they last won. You can't there was no system. There was no one knew what was happening, including the defenders.
Yeah,
okay, we look like garbage. Xhaka Nobody likes him. He gets booed by the fans, so much so that he can't even go to the bench. He has to go and hide in the locker room because he's that embarrassed. And what does Unai Emery do? Makes him captain.
Well, but he stripped his captaincy after.
You should have never made me captain to begin with. The guy just had no idea what he was doing. And look, I don't think he's a bad manager. He's been giving a lot of
He
opportunities.
doesn't have any idea what he's doing, but he's a good manager, guys.
Not in Arsenal. He just wasn't built for this, all right?
Okay.
Like, he just wasn't prepared. I don't think many people are prepared for, like, English media to be hounding your every move. I don't like the fact that the players made fun of his accent. And supposedly, I mean, I don't know.
That's only for comedians.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Don't take what we do and cheapen it by doing it just as good as we do. Like the good evening thing, I get it. I tell you, when somebody
but it's messed up because even like Sky Sports, when they were interviewing him, they would say like "good evening" 4 times while they're asking their question,
trying to get him
to say good evening.
It's like a weird like fast food corporation gimmick to win. You know what I mean? Like you got to get someone to say it. Like it's a scavenger hunt. It was kind of trashy, and if the players are doing it fine, there's some players that shouldn't be in there. Socrates, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know what you do. I don't want you on the team. David Luiz, I loved what you did 6 years ago. You done, son. Mustafi, bruh, how you still getting a paycheck? Mustafi. What's his name? Shaka. I don't know what you're not a defensive midfielder, but you're shaped like one. It's like when I play basketball, I'm built like a power forward, but I wanted to be point guard, and they're like, bruh, this ain't for you. You know what I mean?
It's like ice hockey and NES when you could make the players the different sizes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you could pick all the fat guys, and then they'll play like it'll be like a forward.
Yeah. They'll be like this is. I mean, look, it's super frustrating, but he's gone, and they picked Seattle Sounders legend. That's what he's known for.
That's right.
Freddie Ljungberg.
That's right.
Comes back in being basically the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of Arsenal.
Yes, he gets there and gets a nice draw first game.
Still October 6th, baby. Look, whatever. But the defending was trash. But the team felt like it was in better spirits. And rumor is he's going to bench Lacazette so he can put Aubameyang back in sort of the forward position.
Okay.
And Nicolas Pepe, who knows where he is? I think he got kidnapped. I don't know what happened to Nicolas Pepe. You know, Nicolas Pepe hasn't played in how long? And the guy we bought him $85 million.
$85 million, sit on the bench.
Get out of here. He's not even on the bench some games. Like, what's happening with Nicolas Pepe, right? So Freddie Ljungberg's got to figure it all out. Here's what I want Pochettino. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I want Pochettino. He doesn't have a job. We have a missing position. He fits it perfectly. Do it just for the bands, baby.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys. Yes, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you, viewer, listener.
I do appreciate you.
Yeah, look at that. Alexis finally appreciating something. Thank you for...
It's messed up, but also I get where it comes from.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Soccer Cooligans. Make sure you follow at Fubo Sports as well.
Yeah, join Gully Squad, which is always fun.
Yeah,
right?
that'd be great. We there's a couple people we sent out a Gully Squad email, and a bunch of people did not respond because I think it might have gone to their spam. So make sure you do that because there's a pin.
Yeah.
And a new Slack channel that you might want to join.
You need to be a part of it. It's pretty lit.
It's pretty lit. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again to Bleacher Report for sending us the shirt.
Yeah, they're dope. I didn't put it on because I already had some on, but that is great. Christian showed up shirtless.
All right. So with that said, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero.
And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!